Welcome all to the session on string handling in Python. I'm Dr. Ashwini, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Information Science and Engineering. To begin with, we already know what is a string. I would not go in deep with what is a string and where is it used, how is it used, and all those things because we already know we have learned strings in C, C++, Java, most of the programming languages. But then my focus in on this session would be how we can use strings or what are the different functions associated with strings in Python. So string is a sequence of characters, which we already know again, and string can be denoted with a double quotes or a single quotes. So this is an example of a string. S equals machine. S is a string now, which has a value machine, and each character has an index position starting with 0, and that is how the characters under the machine string are placed. So we have index 0 to index 6. So now coming to how do we use the string? We will directly go to the presentation part. That is, we'll demonstrate the whole thing. Okay. So now if I give s equals machine as a string in double quotes, then how do we print the string? You can just give print of s, and that will give me the word machine or the string machine. If I want to retrieve a character in a machine, that is, say if I want to retrieve the first character, then I can just give print s of 0, and this would give me the character m. Similarly, if I go with the, say, if I give s of 5, then the fifth character, that is a character in the fifth position, would be displayed in. So this is how we retrieve a character from a string. Um, Next, if I want to take an input from the user, how do we use it? We do have a function input to take the user input. Say suppose I give name. I have a variable name and I'm asking the user to enter the name. Enter your name and then just give print name. When I execute this, I would be getting a box where I will write my name and then just press enter, and that is nothing but the second statement will be executed. So now name is equal to Ashwini. So this is how we uh, read a string, that is using the input function. Now one more important thing in strings which we use is slicing the strings. How do we get a substring? To get a substring, we can just use two parameters. I would go to the same example. I'll just give another word. I'll give machine learning. If I want to get a part of this string, say I want to retrieve the characters from the first position to the third position. So then s of 1, so that is the first position, colon, I want the character up till the third position, that is first character, second character, third character. So then I'll give position 4. Now what do you mean by this? 1 is the starting point and 4 is the ending point. So we need to exclude the character in the fourth position. So that means first, second, third. So if I execute this, I would get ACH. I is the character in the fourth position, so that would be excluded. S of 1 colon 4. Um, Similarly, we can retrieve any number of substrings by giving the first position and the last position. Remember, the number whatever you give in the last position, the character under that position will be excluded. So now if I want to retrieve a character, say every second character I would want to retrieve. So then I would give a third parameter, that is 2. So now when I execute this, starting from the first position up till fourth position, retrieve the second characters. So here 1, okay, it starts with A, skip 1, and then include H. So I'll just give 8. When I give 8, it is first character, skip 1, the second character, skip 1, the next second character. From H, N is the second character. So this is how the third parameter would be used. First parameter is to tell the source, that is from which position. Second parameter is to tell until which position. And the third parameter, if used, then at every consecutive exposition, the character should be retrieved. What if I do not give the end position? I just give 1 colon. Then what do I retrieve? I'll retrieve the characters up till end of the string, starting from the first position. Similarly, if I remove the from part and give the destination part, then I'll get this from the starting character, that is M0th character, up till the fifth position. Okay. So that is with the slicing of the strings. We can even get the last character. Now say if I want to retrieve the G, is the last character. I need not give S of 13 or 12 or whatever the position is. I can simply give it as S of -1, which would give me G. So that means I can have negative indexing also. I can use the negative indexing to retrieve a character. Similarly, if I want to retrieve the characters from the back, that is from the end of the string up till front. So then I give -1 colon and then say double colon -1. So now what do we do? What is the meaning of this? -1 starting from the last character, because we do not have -0. So the last character will start from -1. So -1, I do not have the second position here. The second position is empty. So that means up till the first position, that is the starting point. I need to go back every character. So that is why -1. When you go forward retrieving, you need not specify the third position. But then when you come with the backward retrieving, then there is a necessity that you have to specify the third position, that is every character from the end you need to retrieve. So that is what we get this particular string. So that is with the slicing of strings. Now, along with slicing of strings, there are various other functions which you can associate with the strings. If you want to find the length of the string, you can just use len function. And as always, plus is used to concatenate. So I can concatenate two strings using plus operator. And asterisk symbol with the string and the number gives the repetition of that particular character that many times. So A into A asterisk 10 tells me that A has to repeat 10 times. Similarly, if I want to check whether I have a particular string in my um, main string, that is, if I want to check whether a substring is present in a string or not. So I'll say, for example, I'll give ing. I want to check whether ing is present in S. So then, yes, it is present. True. Okay. So suppose I'll say ed. Ed is present in S. Is it? No, it is not present. Now I want to check where is ing present. So I can use another function here, s dot find ing. When I execute this, it will give me the starting position of this particular string, that is the 13th character, that is the 13th position I. That is what it is giving me. If I want to count number of times a character is repeated in the main string, suppose I give n here, I say I want to check how many times n is repeated in my main string. Says 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it's true. So that these are some of the functions which you can use. Um, Again, few more methods: lower, upper, replace. If I want to check whether a particular string starts with this particular character, it will just give me a boolean value, true or false. Now, this is a very brief session on strings handling. There are a lot many things which you can explore further in strings. There are various types of functions which you can explore again in strings. This is a basic set of functions which I have mentioned just now. Now, before ending, I would just want to tell you that the character of string is it cannot be modified. So, strings cannot be modified, they are immutable. Now, what do you mean by immutable? Say, for example, I've given here S equals machine learning. Now, if I give, I'll say S of 0, I don't want M, I want it to be replaced with P. Then what do I get? It shows me an error saying str object does not support item assignment. So that means I cannot assign a character directly to a string which is already existing. So that is why I have told here strings cannot be modified. They are immutable. Now how do I create them? Say suppose I want to replace it. Then a new string will be created. So I can just say uh, print say d plus s of 1. Okay. Instead of print, I'll just get s equals s of 1. I get print before modification s. This is after. Let me see what does it give me. So I can say, see before modification. Sorry, I've given here one. So before modification it is machine learning, after modification it is machine learning. Okay. Now I just mentioned now saying that strings cannot be changed, cannot be altered. But then I have altered here. No. Let me tell you that these two strings are located in different address locations. You can see before modification it was in this position, whereas after modification it is in this position. So that means this D is of course replaced to M, but then this string address is different and this string address is different, and that is why we call strings are immutable. So that's it with this session. Thank you for watching the session, uh, and I hope it was useful too in some point of time. You would know more about strings, or you would know how to use this when you go exactly with the real-time projects. These are the basic things which is required for any Python programming language. Thank you, and we'll come back to you with the next presentation on data structures of Python language. Thank you.